Take your hand off of that door. That's right, we're not done talking about the Elder just quite yet. That's right. Welcome to Music from the Elder Part 3.
3.
It's a trilogy now.
Yeah, we didn't intend for it to be.
No, but here we are. We are doing Part 3 of our Music from the Elder review. As a matter of fact, some of you guys even requested it yourselves. I had people in the comments, people messaging me. Brant, when we did our Return to Rosemont, he said, hey, I love this. You guys just go ahead and do that third part.
I think we were already low-key thinking about it at that time, too.
I think earlier that day, we had just discussed it, and so it was like, okay, it's meant to be. It's meant to be. So here we are, doing Part 3 of Music from the Elder. Thank you guys so much for joining us on today's episode.
Yes, we're so excited. And also, make sure to stick around to the end, because after our Elder discussion towards the end of this episode, we're going to be announcing our annual KISSmas giveaway, so you don't want to miss it.
Absolutely, yes. Please stay tuned to see what you're going to win, what you could win, and how to enter. That'll be towards the end of the episode. We always do a KISSmas giveaway around this time of year. But like we said, it's all about the Elder again this week. We had a lot of people who left some comments, so we're going to be using, once again, your guys' comments to kind of guide the conversation. We have a couple of pretty awesome things to reveal. But before we get to that, we're going to, of course, do the KISS Spotlight. And we're going to keep it really quick, or at least I am, because even though, yes, obviously we're still in Elder mode, I have been branching out into other areas of KISS. Actually, no, I'm still in the 80s, but it's a different part of the 80s. Okay?
Yeah.
This was early 80s, 81, the makeup's still on, right? So I think last week, did I spotlight Asylum?
I think so.
So I think I said I left it on the turntable so I could listen to it again. Yep. So that happened. Asylum, again, is my spotlight. Also, Crazy Nights.
Oh my gosh, I need to have a Crazy Nights moment.
Listen to Crazy Nights and also Animalized. So literally
you're feeling the 80s right now.
I'm feeling the 80s right now. Just kind of vibing with the 80s. 3 really great unmasked KISS albums. So yeah, that's just been occupying my listening. But I did just today get to listen to some Elder. I know we listened to that or watched that Elder medley they did from Melbourne around 04 on the Rock the Nation tour. Mm-hmm. That was a whole lot of fun. So yeah, for me, it's just been, I've been going rogue. I've just been going here, there, and everywhere as far as KISS goes.
I love it.
What about you?
Personally, it's still the Elder for me.
Straight up the Elder?
Yeah, I don't have much more to say because I've spotlighted it so many times at this point, but that is still what I'm listening to.
For sure, makes sense.
Yeah, I personally am still in an Elder mood. And one thing that is really cool is that, I don't know if we mentioned this maybe in our Vegas video, but I don't think we've talked about it in any of our Elder podcasts. Uh-huh. When we were in Vegas and we went to Kiss World, if you haven't seen that video, please check it out. It's freaking awesome.
It was a good one.
But they have there, right outside the Gene Museum, they have a replica of the Elder door.
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that.
Oh my gosh, and it is so cool. We got to take our picture, like, doing the hand, and we also recreated Paul Stanley's little, like, pose photo.
A little shy, because hiding the face, because it was still before the makeup.
Right, yes.
So he was, intentionally hiding his face.
I didn't think about that with that photo.
It's a double. But yeah, we got to recreate both of those photos.
That was so cool.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I wanted to mention in both part 1 and part 2, I wanted to mention that.
Yeah.
Getting to do that because it was such a fun thing, but for some reason, because of all the Elderness, it's just been...
there's so much to talk about.
It slipped my mind, but I'm glad you brought that up because that was so cool. And so if you guys haven't been to Vegas, go to Vegas, and when you're there and you're at KISS World, be sure to check out that Elder door because it's a replica of the actual door. You get to go up and you can move the... I mean, don't be rough with it, but you can move the knocker. They let you touch it. You can take as many pictures as you want, and that was super fun. I think I could probably recreate the album cover if I wanted to, just because I have the actual photo of
that's true.
my hand. But that's really cool. But yeah, again, it's just going to be all about the Elder today. We had some really, really great comments from people, and so we're just going to kind of use those to guide the conversation as well as a few insights here and there. And one super awesome mega bombshell. So be sure to...
I don't know about this. I'm kind of just along for the ride today. I'm excited for you to
you get to
tell me things.
Well, and they told me some things.
Read me comments.
So
I want to learn.
Read my comments. Sorry, that literally just happened in my head.
I like
and it had to happen. Anyway, so I don't even know where I was. I was going to... Oh, yeah, I was setting it up. So basically... we're going to use the comments that everybody sent in about the Elder to kind of guide the conversation. And this one, if you follow us on Facebook and Instagram, you already heard about this. You already saw this. Still, we haven't mentioned on the podcast. And so I want to just kind of get everybody's thoughts about it because it was huge.
Yeah, it was a revelation.
Yeah, so Kiss fan Javier, who's also a fan of this podcast, he watches the show. He and I message sometimes. He messaged me and said, "Hey, loved the Elder episode. Have you ever heard the train in Fanfare?" And I was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!
What?
Hold the brake. Stop the brake.
Yeah.
Pump the brakes. Literally, train. No, like, hold on. What? A train in Fanfare?" He goes, "Yes. If you listen closely, within the first 10 seconds, turn up the volume.
Oh, yeah.
You can actually hear a train whistle." Two train whistles in the background. And I'm thinking, no way.
No.
And he's like, yeah, they actually, when they were recording, there was a train nearby, and we could hear it ever so faintly.
Yeah.
And so we immediately went and turned up the volume and listened to it, and it's there. It's actually there.
It is quiet in the mix, but if you turn it up, it's clear as day. Like, it's there.
And it's wild to me because there's about 10 to 12 seconds of dead space before Fanfare actually starts. It's these you have chimes.
Yeah.
You hear chimes, almost kind of chiming in the wind, a small breeze with chimes, but it's like, why is this? But then the train's underneath, and I'm like, did they know that? Surely they had to have been in the booth or as it were recording, and you hear the train. Ezra's like, just keep going.
Yeah,
keep
it's
going.
fine. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. I'll fix it in post or whatever, and then it doesn't. But I'm wondering, did they think that it just wouldn't be registered?
Or did they not even notice it?
Did they even care?
Yeah, it makes me wonder, if they even noticed it at the time.
This is so bizarre to me.
Yeah, it is crazy, and I can't believe we had never... It seems like something we would have heard before.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you would think that by now, a lot of Kiss fans, as soon as the Elder comes up, hey, have you heard the train? But no, it's still one of those mysteries that for some Kiss fans like myself, and maybe you guys out there as well, that's just one mystery that's yet to be solved and uncovered. I'm calling this episode, by the way, Secrets of the Elder.
Ooh.
Because I've been coming up with cool names, or at least I did the last time.
Yeah.
It was the Elder Uncovered.
Yes.
Which this episode should really be the Elder Uncovered, but I'm going to call it Secrets from the Elder because even now we're still uncovering and learning new stuff about the Elder.
I could not believe that after we had already filmed 2 episodes, we learned something new almost immediately after.
Yeah, that night.
Yeah.
Episode goes up. I'm like, oh, we just did a 2-part banger.
Yeah,
on
we know everything about the Elder.
We just got it good.
We covered it all.
Yeah. Ba-ding! Wait, what? And then I hey, by the way, did you
Yeah.
hear the train? And I'm like, no, never heard the train. So we had to talk about that. I made a post, music from the engine.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, definitely check us out on social media. But thank you so much for mentioning that, Javier.
Yes, and also, not to make things about Taylor Swift, but it reminds me of, there is a Taylor Swift song where there's 2 parts in it where if you turn it up, you can hear a cat meow twice in the same song.
Yes.
And she has cats, famously, so I assume that she was recording in her home studio or something. And
that to me feels like, it was an accident, but she knew about it.
She definitely
she left.
She definitely did intentionally leave it in, but it makes me think of that.
It makes me wonder if Bob Ezrin, was even thinking about it, if he even heard it, you know what I mean? He was so focused on doing whatever, if
well, it's
recording.
So quiet that you do have to look for it, so it's not like it interferes really with the song, because we've listened to it 1,000 times before learning that.
Yeah,
and we never figured it out organically on our own. So
right.
even if he did know about it, he was probably like, it's not worth the trouble.
Most
people won't notice it.
It kind of makes me wonder if, or makes me wonder how many other Kiss songs are out there that are like this, where they have little things like this.
That's a good point.
Happening in the mix or in the background that we either just don't even think about, or we've never even heard
never noticed,
and actually contemplated before. Because this is one of them.
Yeah.
And this is pretty mind blowing.
Yeah. Well, and sometimes it also is gonna depend on how you're listening and what kind of quality speakers or headphones you're using, because you may be able to hear it in one kind of setting but not in another.
But we have to have a whole different discussion now, because obviously we're talking about this right now in real life, our timeline, our universe. But how does this affect the Elder, the story, the time period? Because Rick and I were talking, and the question became, does this remove us and take us out of the experience, knowing that there's a train in the background, or does it somehow enhance it? Does it make it work? And so I wanted to ask, does this affect the story for you, the atmosphere, the world?
I don't think so. I think you could. You posted that photo that was kind of imagining an old steampunk old-timey kind of train.
Yeah.
Like, in that world. So I feel like you can kind of make it work. It is kind of a fantasy world, so even if it is set in the past, I feel like...
Yeah, you're right. If it is a fantasy world, I mean, anything can happen.
Yeah, rules don't apply.
I mean, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, there was technology far beyond ours.
Exactly.
And it's supposed to be a long, long time ago.
Exactly, yeah. So, I can make it work in my brain, I just can't picture a regular train. It has to be some kind of whimsical, old-timey looking
right. Well, you
train.
you were thinking, I think you solved it. You were like, it's a fantasy world. Anything is possible.
Yeah.
You could put the Death Star in there if you wanted to. You could put, the Shire or whatever. It's a fantasy world. I was trying to think of it more like real life.
Yeah.
And was thinking like, okay, well, when I think trains, like steam locomotives...
Mm-hmm.
I think 1800s.
For sure.
I'm pretty sure that's right around the time when the steam locomotive as we know it would have been really, a thing. And so I'm thinking, okay, so maybe this takes place in the 1800s.
Okay.
If we were to place it in our timeline.
Yeah.
And, the Elder, the album itself, is the album telling the story that's over 100 years old. The latest I'm willing to accept, the Elder... in the 1800s is 1881, which is 100 years before 1981.
For sure.
So not 1882, not anything before that.
Yeah.
It has to be Civil War or before.
I get it.
The Elder, for me. That's kind of where I'm putting it. I mean, I think swords were used in combat.
Yes.
Up until World War I. That's pretty much when they were... I mean, they were already kind of dying out, swords in combat. It was mostly, obviously, we know guns, but...
Yeah.
So... I mean, we hear like a blade of a sword. So it's still kind of within that time period.
Mm-hmm.
But again, yeah, if you wanted to, you could just straight up put it in the fantasy universe.
I was gonna say,
no matter what.
I have a hard time even...
Because there's no rules.
I have a hard time even, like, imagining it in our universe at all. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure.
So I can see it being around that time period, but still in a fantasy type world.
I like this, what we're coming up with, as opposed to that one KISS PR statement, which was talking about Blackwell being a Washington broker.
Yeah, what?
Which is way too...
No, it's way too real world.
I don't think corporate...
That takes me out of it.
Yeah, I don't think corporate, suits, buildings and skyscrapers. No, I think, like Renaissance or...
Yes.
Medieval.
Yes, 100%.
Castles and dragons and, things like that. So, I don't know. And trains, right? So, not not subways in the city. Boo! No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, that never made any sense to me. That PR statement.
I feel like that captures Blackwell's vibe, kind of.
Yeah, he's an evil dude,
yes,
for sure.
Like I understand having that personality, but at the same time, I don't see him in that way, and I don't see us in the real world, in the U.S., in Washington, D.C.
No.
What?
No, this is...
Absolutely not.
Use it from the Elder. What? Yeah, no, this is totally completely different. It also makes me wish that there would have been more sound effects on this album like that. Because, maybe if Ezrin had heard that train and thought, shit, there's a train. We gotta redo it, we gotta re-record and waste more studio time and more money. Or, let's make that part of the story.
Yeah.
Let's put trains in there. Like, how cool would it be to hear train tracks? Like, maybe that's part of the Boys' Odyssey.
Yeah.
Maybe the Boys' Odyssey is, yes, you have to go on a long train ride to get to the dock,
right,
to sail the stormy seas. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
adds another
more
layer
layers,
to the Odyssey.
More to the story. It makes the travel seem longer.
Yeah, I like that.
And so, maybe if they had leaned into it more,
you
actually heard the steam and the rolling of the train tracks.
Yes. Well, and I could see the boy,
he's by himself.
In a carriage by himself, looking out the window, like, being scared. And,
absolutely.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, so, and of course, I mean, how cool would it be if there was also... sound effects of like lightning or thunder, or the seas,
the stormy seas,
seas, and you hear the rain or seagulls or whatever it is. Just whatever it is to like immerse us into the story. Because I feel like as good as these songs are, and they're really good, Under the Rose, The Oath, Only You. We could talk about how great these, and we have, for 2 episodes now. But I wish there would have been just a little bit more like depth to them, and a little bit more like production value. That would have just immersed us in this world. Again, it's totally beyond what KISS did, but when I think about Destroyer, I can picture myself, listening to the news, like the character in the song, and getting into the car, starting the car, because you hear all those sound effects.
Yeah.
The car revving up, the car taking off, the acceleration, the radio. all of it is there, and it gives you a perfect. The radio is the only light. It's like it paints the picture for you.
Definitely.
I feel like the Elder didn't quite paint the full picture.
Yeah, I will always say they did not go hard enough.
No.
And they didn't commit hard enough, and that's why... That's not the only reason. Like you said before, there's probably not a world where the Elder would have been a smashing success at the time.
No,
but there are things that could have made it more accepted and more critically accepted, at least, even if the fans didn't like it. And they just kind of half-assed it.
Yeah, I agree. I wish that they had gone a little bit more with it, because even at the end of Fanfare, you have the chants.
Yes. Oh, we were turning that up
because we listened to the train, but then once it gets to the end and you have those chants, it's like we don't give those chants enough love, and neither did the album itself, because they're just tacked on at the end of the opening overture. Really quiet in the mix. It's like those chants should be.
No, I want a whole track
of that.
Yeah.
There should be a whole track of chants.
Yes.
We talked about how there should be more songs on this album and how it could have been a little bit more, again, more depth to it.
More fleshed out, yeah.
Talked about either a double album or a second album, a sequel album, and I think that right there would have been cool to have a whole album of like chants.
A whole song or a whole album?
Oh, I'm sorry, did I say whole album? I meant whole track.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I meant whole track. No. Whole album.
I was like, that's a lot.
Whole album. The double album of The Elder, and the third one is just all Kiss Gregorian chants. Gene and Paul and Eric Carr and Ace. No, I'm just kidding. They take the makeup off for that album. It's grandiose. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I just think that it would have been cool to, like you said, to have a whole track full of chants. We mentioned, maybe we didn't, but there was a demo that we listened to for the first time.
Yes,
called
that's true.
Council of the Elder.
Yes.
Which was like a really long instrumental, which was super dope.
It was awesome.
But how cool would that have been if it was an actual song? A fully fleshed song with lyrics.
Yeah.
And maybe that could have been like a Paul song or a Gene song or maybe an Eric Carr song.
Yeah, well, and it's like based on the title, like we would have been able to learn a lot more about the council as well, because it's everything about them is so vague.
Absolutely.
So it would be really cool to have that extra layer of the story.
Because Under the Rose was cool.
Yes.
Because that's where we hear the Order of the Rose and the council talking.
Yep.
And then only we get some back and forth dialogue between the boy and the council. So that's really cool. But yeah, no, I think there should have been a whole song that just gives us backstory on the council of the Elder.
Yep, agreed.
In general. That would have been so cool. There was a few demos we heard, but that was one that I was like, why was that not
why did we cut this?
fleshed out?
I'm confused.
Again, it just makes no sense. I did like, Escape from the Island. I know some folks are kind of iffy about it, but I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's great. Something that we did not contemplate, and this also came from the comments, this was Daddy Depression. Remember Daddy Depression?
Yes.
Yeah, so they commented and reminded us that this was Eric Carr's first album. With the band.
Yeah.
And this is something that I think gets kind of forgotten.
It does.
Is we all know that Eric Carr came in on the Unmasked tour, which, by the way, nice shirt. It's mine,
yours.
But you're wearing it. Love it. Yeah, so he really beefed up that tour, Eric Carr. And we all know that, Creatures of the Night is like his, magnum opus as far as his drumming goes. But we always forget that it was smack dab in the middle is when Eric Carr first recorded songs with Kiss. And so could you imagine being Eric Carr coming into being the first replacement drummer for like one of the greatest bands, hard rock bands in the world, and then you're sitting there.
He had to be so confused. He's like, this is cool. I think he was still happy to be there. I know he was, but I bet he was like, this is not what I thought I was signing up for. This is weird.
Yeah, this is not the Kiss that I thought we were doing, but okay.
This isn't the Kiss that I was listening to.
It makes me wonder how it would have went if Eric had voting power in the band. We all know that Gene and Paul were kind of predominantly, they were always on the same side, so after Peter, if Ace was voted by himself, then he was outvoted 2-1. So it kind of makes me wonder what Eric Carr, if they had given Eric Carr a full say in the band, like, hey, we know you're the new guy, but you're in this band now. So your opinion matters, what do you think? And I wonder what Eric Carr would have honestly said, guys, this is beyond off the deep end. Ace is right. This is ridiculous. When I came into this band, I thought we were going to be a hard-hitting, heavy band. We were just doing media over in Europe telling them that it was going to be the heaviest album.
Right.
And here we are putting out this. Guys, this is, come on, get real. I know Bob Ezra's done well in the past, but it just makes me wonder what Eric would have said. Yeah. And if Gene and Paul would have actually listened to them. But again, they were always, respect the position. It's the producer, so we're going to go with what the producer says and do our best to follow that vision. So we got what we got. But yeah, Eric Carr must have been really confused coming in and doing this album.
Yeah.
Either way, I think he did a great job. And this next part is just beyond ridiculous. So this is just my little add-on here.
Okay.
This is a conspiracy, I'll say. That I just kind of... Maybe somebody else has talked about this or mentioned this too, I don't know. But I was thinking... Because we always talk about how there should have been a double album or a follow-up album or whatever. Well, what if Creatures of the Night is the part 2 and we just didn't know it? Like, what if after part 1... right, with all of his internal conflicts, and he ends having this sense of confidence, right? Mm-hmm. And he has his first victory, right? Escape from the island, and I believe in me. So now he's on this triumph. Maybe, and he's probably met a lot. We don't know them because we don't get really introduced to many characters. But let's assume that he's met people along the way. You know,
along the way.
Met along the way. Exactly. Yeah. People that he's met along the way.
Yeah.
Friends from each region or each place he's visited. And, you know, each one with a certain skill set. And together, they're called the Creatures of the Night. Because remember when we talked about with Escape from the Island, where they kind of take Blackwell, or maybe his group, you know, at night.
Yeah. When they're drinking and partying. Not expecting it.
Exactly, yeah. So they just lay him to waste overnight, Escape from the Island. So they're Creatures of the Night. And when the clock strikes 12, the losers, the outcasts, the losers always win. The boy's a saint. Huh. Blackwell's a sinner, and Deuces are wild. So there's track 2 right there. I guess Rock and Roll Hell would be kind of like the boy's struggle, but he's not really a rock star. But just talking about his struggle.
Yeah.
Danger, we all know there's danger in this story. And I feel like somewhere along the way, the boy had to have fallen in love.
Yeah.
And maybe he lost that love. I Still Love You is a heartbreaking track.
Wow.
We always think of maybe I Still Love You. Maybe he didn't lose a lover.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Morpheus. Because ever since Joey Quesada and Pauly Z and Bruce performed I Still Love You in memory of David Z.
Gosh,
Pauly was singing about his brother.
Yeah.
I still love you. You know, you tell me that you're leaving. We're not breaking up. You're dying.
Right.
And it's a whole different thing. So, I don't know. Maybe I Still Love You was about the boy losing his partner.
Mentor.
Maybe it was his mentor.
Yeah.
I like to think it was his partner because then in the song Killer, she comes back to life. And she's a demonic sorceress.
Whoa!
And then it ends with War Machine, where we finally get the battle we all wanted. And the battle's finished.
I love this, babe.
And Creatures of the Night is like that because we get part 1, which is all sappy and but then part 2 is full of grit and full of
because he's a man now, and he's a warrior now.
He's a warrior.
Yeah.
And we get these warrior songs.
Oh, I need to listen to Creatures
of the
immediately.
Night. Yeah, Danger and War Machine.
Ooh.
We finally get that battle that we all wanted to.
Yeah.
Where, you know, you better watch out.
The gritty side of the story.
Yeah. Because no, I'm not a boy anymore. I'm a war machine.
Mm-hmm.
You better watch out. I'm a war machine.
I love this. I love that idea.
Again, it's. I'm literally just making all this up.
But
this is what is fun about Kiss.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And being Kiss fans. So.
And it works. I think that's such a good way to look at it, and that makes me want to listen to Creatures again with a whole new mindset, and I'm excited too. Wow, that's awesome.
Could be cool. Could be not. I don't know. It's just really fun. But let's get to something that's actually real. Okay, that was just, like I said, a conspiracy. That was something for fun. You actually mentioned this in the last episode. You asked me if there was an Elder comic.
Oh, yes, I did.
And me...
Because I said it should be a comic book.
Yeah, and me, as if I know everything, very sternly, very firmly, no.
No, there wasn't.
If there was, I would know about it. So, luckily... we had some people in the comments, Venice Flicks, John Carter, Mike Murphy, and Jason Brown confirmed that there is, in fact, an Elder comic. Not only is there an Elder comic, but it's in this room right now.
You have it?
And I totally forgot about it.
Where is it?
So,
is
babe,
it here?
if you would, over your shoulder, right behind the official Kiss Detroit Rock City magazine, is the Psycho Circus magazine.
Okay.
It's been sitting in the room the whole time. Look at the top left corner.
Oh my gosh. Bonus. Collector's comic book, The Elder. Can I open this?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, absolutely.
Gosh.
So it's been in the room the whole time, and I just totally forgot about it. Didn't even remember. I don't even think I've looked at it.
You haven't looked at this?
I don't think I've read that comic. I flipped through the magazine. I don't think I fathomed that there was even an Elder comic in there.
When is this from?
Psycho Circus, 98.
Yeah, okay. Metal Edge 99. Okay.
99, excuse me.
Well, yeah, for sure. I don't know where it's at, but oh my gosh.
There it is.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. Where's the beginning? Okay.
Oh, show them that. First of all, I love seeing Peter Criss next to the Elder cover. That's so weird.
That is weird, but I love it.
He was out of the band at that time, but I don't care because it's all history at this point, so that's really cool. Now, again, I have not seen this, so I'm going to try not to yell into this microphone, but you'll forgive me. So, who we got? Written by who? We got Spike.
Written by Spike Steffenhagen. Artwork by Scott Pincer. Coloring by Gene Jimenez and Gabe Jimenez and Aaron Ricks at Guerrilla Graphics.
Awesome. Thank you guys for bringing us this.
Wow!
Whoa. We have
Okay, this is like a letter from Spike, I believe.
This is awesome.
Wow.
Yeah,
so he asked Gene permission to do, in an interview, to do a comic book adaptation, and Gene said, go for it.
Nice.
Wow.
I'm glad Gene was cool about that.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, show me what you got.
Yeah, we'll have to actually go through
I will
and
have
read
to,
this.
like, really get...
Just flip through
this is
it, though.
New York, so they did interpret it as, like, real world, real life.
Okay.
Because this is, like, in the city. But also I see a ship on the stormy seas.
For sure. I'll have to try and see if I can put some, pictures of the artwork up for everybody, because this is awesome.
But Gene and Paul are...
He's wearing the bandana.
Yeah.
And they're sitting at the table.
There's Ace.
Love that.
Okay, so the band are, like, the council.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Wow. Yeah, I need to read this entire thing.
Yeah, this looks great.
So freaking cool.
I believe there was a second. There was a second one too. Not like in this series, but there was another Elder comic that was done more recently.
Yeah.
In 2017, Dynamite Entertainment released an Elder comic book. I think it was a 2-parter.
Okay, so not a follow-up to that
one. Not a follow-up to this. It was a separate one. Yeah.
I would like to read them both to see how different they are.
That's a newer adaptation, so I'd like to see that. And again, there were folks in the comments, thank you guys, because
thanks for letting us know.
You guys dropped this bombshell that's been sitting in this room the entire time. Whoa, here's the back cover of Metal Edge 99. A sweet shot of Kiss from the Psycho Circus photo shoot. Golly. That right there, that's my Kiss right there. That's my first Kiss. Is a Psycho Circus farewell era. That is nostalgic right there.
Yeah, and I'm not putting this back in the sleeve because
for sure.
I do want to read that.
Here, if you want, put it on a stand.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that would be great. Okay. If you thought that was crazy, get ready for this.
I'm ready.
So, I don't know if we mentioned this or not. I should have remembered this because this is kind of old news. But I want to show everybody some drawings that were uncovered of the Elder, of this time period. So I totally forgot about this. And it's funny because it should have been the first thing I mentioned. But this was back in 2019 when it happened. And so I kind of forgot about it since then. But in 2019, there was an auction house that is known for putting on these big rock star memorabilia auctions. Mm-hmm. And they had acquired these drawings from 1982 that were drawn by, I think his name is Mark Ravitz.
Okay.
I never heard his last name spoken out loud, so I could be butchering that, but Mark Ravitz. And he was the person who drew the stage designs for the Destroyer tour.
Oh,
which that's big.
Yeah.
Because that was Kiss's first, big stage.
Right.
They had done the stage shows as big as they could at the time. But
not to that level yet.
But they didn't have a budget. They didn't have the smash hit Kiss Alive under their belt. They didn't have this huge push. So following Kiss Alive and Destroyer, that tour, that stage was massive. And maybe his drawings are included in the Destroyer box set. But anyway, his Elder drawings, because they called him back and said, hey, we want you to design the Elder stage. And we want you to do with the Elder what you did with Destroyer. And of course, as we all know, the tour never happened. We never saw the stage. There was never any shows. Well, guess what? These drawings are here.
Oh, I'm so excited.
And I have them.
Because weren't we literally talking about, imagining what an Elder tour would have been like?
And what did we talk about what will be on the stage? What did we talk about? We said there was going to be a medieval setting. Yeah. Right? With a castle.
Castle, yes.
So here is the first drawing.
Freaking castle. I see it. Oh my gosh.
Here's the first drawing right here. You can see a clear stage design that is total Kiss. You have the band logo, And you also have a castle right here off to the side with a door where the band could, come out on. Check out this little catwalk here in front. Wow. Right here in front, like where the band could walk out.
That's amazing.
A microphone. And then there's a little mill.
Yeah,
over here off to the
very
side.
Renaissance-y. I love that.
How cool is that? And
That's
they got
amazing.
some stairs.
It's
Classic
still the Kiss
Kiss
logo. That's, wow.
That is, to me, that was just absolutely incredible.
Oh my god.
So, I don't know what this is.
It's like a fan.
It's propeller power.
What is that for what?
It's propeller power. We don't know, but it's a drawing, and it's a sketch, and it's there.
He said, I don't need to explain further. Propeller power.
It's a propeller and propeller power. I don't know if they had this, like, maybe it was going to be on the stage. I literally don't know. But we have Kiss Inflatable.
Oh my...
Now, where have we seen the Kiss Inflatables
freaking
before?
End of the Road Tour.
The End of the Road Tour.
And they're exactly like that
They're
scale.
the exact scale. Yeah. Yeah.
That is crazy.
That is wild.
Do you think that is a coincidence, or do you think someone was inspired by this?
I don't know, because I'm not sure whose idea, and it could have been Doc's, it could have been Gina Paul's, it could have been Tommy's idea, the statues. Maybe somebody did go back and look at this. Maybe somebody just came up with it separately.
Yeah, I was going to say, it could just be a coincidence.
Like, oh, what if we had these really, like, cheap, but, like, concrete-looking statues, inflatables of Kiss on the End Road Tour? But here we are, in 82, looking at sketches that Mark drew, where he said, how about we had 4 huge, larger-than-life, humanoid figures behind the stage. Now, here they have no features or anything, but it says Kiss Temple.
Yes.
Oh, it's a temple.
Yeah, because you see, like, the pyramid with the eye.
So the figures themselves are the pillars.
Like, they're, like, guarding the temple.
That hold up. They're guardians, yes. Absolutely stylized design, so inflatables look better and are more acceptable.
That's funny.
That's literally...
That's what they did.
What the hell?
They made them look like stone and not
Absolutely
like inflatables.
Crazy. So, I mean,
Wow.
mind blown.
I am obsessed with that whole drawing. That's so cool.
It gets even better.
We got Eric back there playing. Wow. That is amazing.
So, we have another drawing here. Thrusters and lighting. We have another stage design here where you can see it's a little bit different. I don't even know what these shapes are.
Yeah.
It's hard to read. It just says thrusters and lighting with truss and something for greater up and downstage cohesion. So they're just sketch trying to give us the feel, trying to get us, into the Elder. But then we have it says periscope, up or downstage, lookout scope. What does that say? Enabling the viewer to see obstacles or dangers ahead as dramatic device, creating dialogue and storyline.
I was going to say, like, I can literally see Paul, like, singing the Odyssey, like, looking out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, looking out across the sea.
Yeah. This is so interesting.
I'm so mad this didn't happen.
This is very, very interesting. We have another one here. Kiss on their own asteroid.
What?
Meteor traveling through time and space. Let's go. Imagine the music video for Odyssey. Imagine the music video for Odyssey going through space. It would have been so cheesy looking, but in 2024, we'd be going, let's go.
Eat it up.
I would eat it up, too. Because
this makes me sad.
First of all, you have the Spaceman, Ace Frehley.
Yeah.
For the last time, nobody would know that, but you still have the Spaceman. Ace.
So true.
So putting Space Ace in space only makes the most sense.
Yeah.
I think that would be so
And that's something
cool.
I think he would have been on board with, even though he hated most of this. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
He'd be like, all right.
That he would be like, okay, now I get
Oh,
you.
something's about me. Okay.
Spaceman in space makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
That could have been so cool. Imagine his outfit. Use of explosions and pyrotechnics for a reason in conjunction with a scenario. So again, using pyro to...
With the storyline.
As if it was a theater production.
Yes.
Because they use that on drama, productions. They fire... You look at you. I know you're a theater girl, so you're in your mode right now.
I'm picturing this entire thing.
Oh, yeah.
If this had happened...
We should write this stage play.
Yeah.
And put this on.
Yes. If this had happened, it would easily, like by miles, be my favorite Kiss tour that I'm the saddest that I missed out on. You know what I mean?
This would be the tour to have... This would be the best tour to have bootlegs from.
Oh my gosh.
Because you know that this stage would evolve night after night, leg after leg.
Yeah.
It would be, something different each leg. It's kind of like the End of the Road Tour where it was like, they added something different, new here and there. It would have been awesome.
Wow.
Here are the 3 most important words. Expand Kiss mythology. Expand Kiss mythology. That
Who is this man? Who did this?
Mark Ravitz.
Mark
yes.
Ravitz.
I'm sure he's known for plenty more, but
he's brilliant.
I know him as the artist who was responsible for doing a lot of drawings for the Destroyer stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And speaking of stage, look at this stage. What's this? A tank with cannons?
With cannons.
Creatures of the freaking night.
So true.
They had the tank stage on that tour. So we could have saw that before Creatures.
But that tells me that I mean, that was right after, so you can't deny that was inspired by this.
That was carried over.
Yeah.
That was like, I don't want to use that for something.
And that
Creatures
ties
of the Night
the
could have been the part
albums
2.
Yep.
It could have been.
That ties them together.
Yeah, very
It's
interesting.
real.
But I cannot believe that there was the tank, and you can see it like actually blowing smoke. It says a drum riser battle wagon with smoking cannons, retractable and revealable with lasers. Hell yes. A swarm of killer bees. Projection or animated of suspended 3D. Look at this.
In 1982?
Dude, I tell you, Kiss has always been trying to like level up every time. And now here they are with the avatars. They just do not quit.
But they've been like
they've been on their game every time. With sound overlay, destroyed by laser cannon. Let's inflatable triffids. I don't know what a triffid is, but that is incredible. I think this is the last one, but here we are. So I don't know what this says. If it's
Ports of Call.
Ports of Call. Yeah. Do you know what that is? You ever heard of that? Okay. Ports of Call. Theme for scenarios. Vocals or locals? Locals for action, adventure, romance, and fantasy. Oh, is he talking about like
locales?
Locales? Is he talking about getting people from around town?
No. I think locale means something different than local. But I'm not sure what it means.
Interesting. If you guys know what Ports of Call means, theme for scenarios, let us know. But I like, action, adventure, romance, and fantasy.
Did you see Jetpack?
Yes. Jetpack on Ace's back. Or jet guitar to extend the illusion and fantasy of flying. So Ace would have dug this. If they would have just kept going with the Elder and said, who cares, we're doing it.
I'm sorry, Ace with a jetpack on wires or something? Like, the jetpack freaking explodes or appears to explode, and he shoots up. I'm sorry.
No, I think he's flying with the jetpack across the stage.
Well, for sure, but obviously on wires or something like that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But I'm saying, like, it appears... Oh,
see, that would be really cool, because we know Gene flies up.
Exactly,
But Gene wasn't flying with... I don't think Gene was flying with ropes yet. I think Gene was still using that scissor lift.
Yeah.
And it was going up. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Gene was still using scissor lift. So they could have tried to maybe perfect the harness here.
They could have done it.
And I don't know
It's not like no one had done it. I mean,
I'm
sure
acrobatics
like...
and you
theater
have to
productions
work
and
it out and figure it out. But yeah, having Ace fly from one stage to the other during his guitar solo. Wow. Imagine people back then, like, that would be insane.
That is just amazing.
Rocket motor, what does that say? Rocket something, and then smoke and sparks. The Kiss entity at the bottom. Again, these are just notes. Notes and sketches.
What was that other thing he said? Expand Kiss
mythology. Mythology. That's
amazing.
I love that. I think this is the last one, actually.
This guy got it. This guy got the Elder.
Yeah, this guy got it, and he was ready to, like, expand it. And I don't know if he was talking with Gene, talking with Bob, or if he was like, you know what, I'm just going to take it and see what they think. But he came up with some good stuff, because here we have Keepers of the Light. The Light of Truth. I don't know who they are or who that is, but I'm digging it. It says, The Light of Truth, as a perpetual rock and roll group, a Four Musketeers, swashbuckling heroes.
Swashbuckling heroes.
Truth, the character of being or disposition to be, true to a person, principle, cause, etc. Faithfulness, fidelity, loyalty, consistency, steadfast allegiance. Acted out scenarios as effect. Melodramatic.
Yes, give me the melodrama.
More license. I'm not sure what that says. Larger than life. Yep. Timelessness. Important word. Love that. Theater as effect. Fantastic imagery as effects. Dialogue within Kiss members overheard by audience. Shared with audience. Being let in on the secret. Damn, this tour would have ruled. This would have been seriously like a full-on play production.
Yeah.
This would have been akin to the next line. Akin to an act play.
Yep.
akin to a three-act play.
Play.
Excuse me. A rope to swing on and a sword to fight with. Marauders. A dragon!
Marauders.
Dragon! You're like Marauder. I'm like dragon.
Sorry.
So Marauders to me, a dragon, hostile giant, octopus, alien creatures, pirates. Please.
An octopus?
I want to be in an octopus's garden under the sea.
Yes.
I'm just kidding, wrong band, but like that's just. I mean, we're way beyond rock
This
and
is
roll,
amazing.
but at the same time, like this is all rock and roll. Like
A dragon. Dude, I just think about, speaking of theater, I just think about, we went to see Wicked last year, like the stage production.
and then the Wicked this year.
Yes, of course, yeah. But in the stage production, there is a giant animatronic dragon over top of the stage that is there the whole time and moves around and like
Yeah, I forgot about
breathes
that.
fire and stuff. It's so cool. And imagine if they had something like that.
Oh, that would have been the prerequisite to like the spider and Leon and all that. That would have been
dragon?
a dragon. That would have been like the coolest.
Man.
A fire.
Also,
dragon?
just as a Harry Potter fan, I can't help but be distracted by the word Marauders, because that's the only place I'm
Marauders
used to
map.
hearing that.
Yes, absolutely.
I love it.
So this is really interesting. I mean, we're really like this is giving us the totality of the Elder
Yes.
that we needed.
Yes.
Is these drawings and
Like I'm
these
saying,
words. And
This guy got that album.
This guy got it.
Like-
He's a visionary.
He must have really listened to this album before he put this together.
Or he was just really good at like coming up with stuff to kind of help fulfill
Yeah,
the.
but like it just fits
Yeah,
the vibe
he
so
knew
well.
exactly what was going on.
I love it.
I lied. We have one more.
Really? Okay.
Yes, we have one more. Check this out. So this is
A wrecking ball?
Kiss Wrecking Ball, hoistable, mechanical. So this would be a prop, the wrecking ball. But then we have dramatic device, a glowing orb. Consult the orb with voiceover. It's the inner voice. How cool is this? Where you have the members of the band. You can see Gene and Paul right there standing over this glowing orb that would be on stage.
So cool.
That would glow. Imagine them standing there with their makeup glowing.
Yes.
Glowing white, glowing red, glowing whatever, we don't know. And they're listening to the inner voice. You know what I mean? Like, there is so much happening. There's more. I'm sorry. The Well of the Unknown.
What?
This is the Well of the Unknown.
Oh,
a fantasy well, a dramatic device, a wishing well. Fantasies emerging from well with a trap below. So again, this would be like a stage effect.
Yeah, as I say, because somebody could either come out of it or fall into it and then disappear.
Yeah.
Wow.
Use of shields, okay, very medieval.
Whoa,
fine.
he's got different shapes. Okay.
Amps on wheels like artillery.
Oh!
Could you imagine amps on stage with wheels like they were being used as cannons? That's freaking Kiss.
I'm just mourning the fact that this show never happened.
Yeah.
This is the craziest thing I've ever heard.
This would have been the most
Amps on wheels like artillery?
devil horns to that, because that is rock and roll hardcore.
That's so cool.
That is insane. So, boom. There you guys go. How about that?
That was so awesome.
That was, I mean, I saw the drawings, but didn't want to look too deeply into
Yeah.
them, but because I knew it was going to be great. But how special was that? Absolutely incredible.
It just hurts knowing that it could have happened.
Yeah, I know, right? Still really cool. I'm glad we got to, see that. I think that is the perfect way to end The Elder.
Yeah.
I think after that right there, I mean, we finally got what we needed from The Elder.
I think so too.
I feel as if now it's a little bit more complete. So
Yeah.
I'm really glad that Mark was there back then to kind of, create these ideas. I'm glad Backstage Auctions, or whoever uncovered them, but I'm glad that Backstage Auctions kind of put it out there for the public to see, because, I mean, this adds to me so much to the lore of The Elder that we just didn't get. I feel like the album is like, again, like halfway done as far as the story goes.
Right, there's so much missing though.
Those notes, those drawings gave me everything I needed.
Yeah, that just like built the
I
whole
feel like
world in my head now.
I feel like I've seen the stage show now.
Yes.
I've seen the concert. That's
Let
incredible.
us know, have you guys seen those before?
Yeah.
I would love to know,
Let me know.
because I didn't even know that existed. That is amazing.
Yeah. But like I said, that's going to end it for The Elder, because I mean, we can't even beat that. I do think it's time that we get to our giveaway now.
Ooh.
We made them wait long enough.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for being patient and joining us on another episode talking about The Elder. It is December. Every December on Kiss Army Things, we announce a KISSmas giveaway just for you guys. And so we're going to be announcing that right now. And before I do that, I will show you what the prize is this year. So last year was the third giveaway. We had one prize for each. We had 3 winners,
Yes.
one prize each for 3 prizes. And I said that we were not going to do 4 prizes for 4 people this year. Well,
You lied.
No. That is still correct.
Okay.
But I decided, how about 4 gifts for 1 person?
Oh, whoa. Okay.
How about that?
So, okay.
How about 1 person gets 4 times the gift?
So, a little bit less of a chance, but even bigger payout.
But even bigger payout.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
now, I don't know if this looks familiar to you guys, but the gift actually has been here the whole time, and I think Jeb is the one that gave us
Yes.
these gifts.
That is true.
So, the gift this year that we're going to be giving away is 4 used Kiss records. We have Hotter Than Hell, we have Dress to Kill, Rock and Roll Over, and Kiss Alive 2. So if you now these are used records, okay?
Yeah.
Obviously you can see they're beat up. Jeb found these for $1 a piece and wanted me to have them. I think they're awesome, but I have so many copies of these albums already,
Yep.
and I thought this would be the perfect gift for the Kiss Army. Somebody out there who's looking to maybe complete their collection.
Yep.
Maybe you're just now starting your Kiss vinyl collection. Maybe you're just looking for some display pieces or just some extra copies of the albums. I mean, here you go. I haven't played them yet. I will play them, make sure they're all cleaned up and good to go.
I was going to say, I do recall, I think the records themselves are in decent shape. It's
There-
just this...
there's- I think Dress to Kill might have some issues.
Okay.
But for the most part, I mean, they're used records, but they're free. They're
Yeah.
free used
That's
Kiss
true.
records. So, it is what it is. I'll go ahead and just say that, they do have mostly the original sleeves.
Nice. That's fun, too.
Some of them, you can't really tell what the number is on the spine anymore because they are worn out.
Right.
But Rock and Roll Over, for example, we got your Casablanca Filmworks and Casablanca
that looks
label
nice.
right there. Yeah, seems to be, that one looks...
That one looks really nice,
That
actually.
one looks pretty good. That one you should be able to get some good play out of. But, yeah, Dress to Kill does not have a sleeve. I will make sure to get an inner sleeve before sending us out. This one, you can tell, is a little bit... got some...
A little bit.
It's got some wear on it a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's that
that
side.
side,
The
yeah.
other side was pretty good.
Yes.
This one's a little scratched.
Yeah, side 2, I'll see what I can do with that. Make sure there's an inner sleeve for you there. We have Jennifer Bork's copy of Hotter Than Hell.
I love that.
By the way. So, thank you, Jennifer. Is
I
Dressed
love
to Kill.
little, evidence of the person that owned it before.
I know.
some people hate
I
that,
think
but
it's so cool.
I think it's fun.
I think that's so cool sometimes when you see the original person. We have
Yeah.
Jim B. I wonder if it's Jim Bork.
Oh, maybe.
It says Jim B, but it's been marked out. So, no, Jennifer Bork.
Okay.
I said that already. Yeah, Jennifer Bork, and then it's Jim. So I guess it must have been Jim's, but he gave it to Jennifer.
Maybe.
But anyway, so original label in there.
Cool.
You can see, actually, no, this is an RCA. I don't know if this is the original. I don't think this is the original sleeve. Still cool, though. There it is. Casablanca Blue Label Smoking Man. And for all you Kiss vinyl, people who out there who know what they're talking about, I don't. You can look it up. But yeah, again, these are just 4 used Kiss records that would be great for any Kiss fan who's starting their Kiss vinyl collection, maybe looking to complete it. You can see there is a little bit of wear and tear there, but who cares when you have this gatefold?
Wow.
That's the classic, iconic Kiss Alive 2 gatefold. These do have what looks to be original sleeves here. I'll pull this out. You can see Kiss albums there.
Yep.
Really cool with the crowd
Love
on the
it.
back. It is folded, but that can obviously be folded. Now this isn't going to have the tattoos and all the inserts and all that, okay guys? So there we go. 4 used Kiss records. Now let me go ahead and tell you how you can win. So obviously this is free to enter. There is no purchase necessary. You must be 18 years or older to enter. We will ship worldwide. We're not going to exclude anybody. So if you're a Kiss fan and you really want to enter, go ahead and enter. Again, you're not paying anything. I am, so it's no cost to you. Free to enter. But to enter, you have to comment on this video only right here on YouTube, not Facebook, not Instagram, not episode 120 or 122. It has to be on this one right here, 121, The Elder Part 3, Secrets of the Elder. I want to know, what is your Kiss Christmas album? If you say, I want to enter the KISSmas giveaway, my KISSmas album is, that's how I know you're going to want to enter the giveaway. You say, well, what do you mean Kiss Christmas album? You interpret that however you want. I interpreted it as, what's the album that you remember getting for Christmas? Like, what's a Kiss album that you think of around Christmas time? Like, oh yeah, I can think back to getting that. For me, it's Smash, Scratches, and Hits. I can think back to, there was a few Christmases where I got that because I kept breaking it, losing it, playing it, whatever. But Smash, Scratches, and Hits was my Kiss Christmas album. I can think of getting that around Christmas time, Jeb getting Revenge or Creatures, and just listening to those on repeat.
Yeah.
Perhaps maybe there's just an album that you didn't get it at Christmas time, but you just listen to it more often.
Associated with this time of year.
With Christmas. Like The Elder.
Yeah.
Some folks were saying that they got The Elder around Christmas time. They listened to it around Christmas time.
I get
Makes
it.
perfect
November,
sense.
December to me is peak Elder
Is
time. So I get
Elder.
it. I get it.
So, okay, you've heard me say mine, and you've heard her say yours. So tell us what your Kiss Christmas album is. Leave it in the comments. Make sure it starts out with, I want to enter the 2024 KISSmas giveaway. My KISSmas album is, and go ahead and tell us your story. That way we know that you want to enter the KISSmas giveaway. We're going to take your name, your screen name, or whatever name you provide. We're going to put it into our Firehouse hat. I don't have it right now, but our Kiss Firehouse hat, and we're going to randomly choose a winner on our KISSmas special. That'll be episode 122 next time, which will be on, I think, December 22nd. As far as entries go, though, you have until December 15th to comment. So that's 7 days from today, December 8th. From the 8th to the 15th is when you will be eligible to comment on this video and enter. And then on the next episode, we're going to have all those names in a hat. We're going to draw the winner, and we're going to announce the winner of our KISSmas giveaway. And they're going to get 4 really cool used Kiss albums, all 70s Kiss albums. So there you go. How's that sound? Does that sound great?
Amazing. Sounds like a good deal.
I think so too. And don't worry, even though they're used and beat up, I'll make sure they're packaged better than the KOL vinyl.
Yeah, for real.
Because those
won't take much.
You can't count on KOL sending you a vinyl at a busted corner or a bent this or that. But anyway, so yeah, again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do want to give back to you guys for being so awesome and tuning in every week. And of course, this is the Christmas season. It's the season of giving. It's the season of joy. So this will be my gift to you. So leave your comments in the comments. And
perfect place for a comment.
A perfect place for a comment. You're absolutely right. And this is a perfect place for the Collector's Corner.
Nice segue.
Yeah, that was a great segue. I have a tendency to do that. But anyway, how do I explain this one away? Let's see here.
We almost didn't have a Collector's Corner this week.
We almost didn't.
And we happened to get this package. I don't even know what it is, I don't think.
Yeah, so it's funny because...
But we just got it today.
So the Collector's Corner was supposed to be something else. Shocker.
Okay.
Something else that I bought. Something else that's on its way. But hasn't arrived yet. I don't know where it's at. It's actually lost right now in transit. Pretty upset. But anyway, while I'm waiting on that, another item that I didn't think would show up until way later showed up.
Okay.
So that's today's Collector's Corner, and I'm trying to figure out how to explain it away. And I think I'm going to use this excuse because Kiss Online had a Christmas sale. Maybe they still are having a Christmas sale. Their Christmas Black Friday sale was lit.
Yeah, it's like 40% off.
Up to 40. Thank you. Yeah. So there you go. I was like, 40% off. I gotta buy something.
It's pretty much free.
I gotta buy something. If I buy 2 things, it's like almost, half off. Well, here are the 2 things that I bought.
Okay.
From the KISSmas line, because again, the KISSmas special is great. I want to know if you guys have also gotten some of the KISSmas stuff because they had some pretty cool stuff this year. One of the things that they had on sale was this Kiss stocking.
I love it.
Which I think is really cool. So it's a little folded up. I'm going to go ahead and get it out of here. I love that it comes in this plastic package so that I can keep it year round. But anyway,
so cute.
So here's a classic stocking, just your red boot stocking.
Yeah, but it's embroidered on there. That's awesome.
But it's embroidered, with the Kiss logo, and it's on there nice too. This was
That's a big stocking.
This originally was, I don't even know how much it was. It was still too much with the 40% off sale, but it was cheaper than it was, so I had to get it. And I think
cheaper than it was.
I mean,
big.
I think it was on sale last year. I think this is from last year's stock, because the stuff this year was cool, but once they put up last year's stuff as well and put it on sale, I was like, now we're talking, because last year's stuff was great too.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't get everything, but this stocking was back up. Really good deal. Had to get it. Don't regret it.
I love it.
Perfect for KISSmas. Just like this. I'm sorry.
More wrapping paper. I knew it.
I
knew it.
Another roll of the Kiss Skull wrapping paper.
Is this your third?
Number 3.
And you've yet to use any of it.
So here's why. The first one, I got my pointing stick back, and the first one I bought. No, I'm playing pool now. The first one I bought to have to keep, because I loved it. They had other Kiss holiday wrap that I did not get, missed out on, because it was like $40 for a roll. It was
That's
stupid,
insane.
And so I passed on that. Then they came out with this new design, which I thought, I don't care how much it is, I got to get it. And then they brought it back for this year, and I bought it to actually use.
Right.
And then they went on sale after I bought it, and I thought, oh, well.
But now you want to keep one of both of those designs, right?
No, they're all for the same.
Oh, okay.
These are all for the same.
I thought it was a different
design. I missed out on the first one.
I see.
Missed when I first out on, and it's too bad, it's so sad. You snooze, you lose, and I snoozed. I was snoozing hard. But once I woke up and they released the new design, I got that one.
Gotcha.
Got 2 more, and I'm going to use 2 of these. I'm going to use the one I just bought, or whichever one I want.
Yeah.
I'm going to use one of them this year for all the KISSmas, because KISSmas is looking lit already.
Yeah.
For everybody this year. So I'm going to wrap them in those, and then this I'm going to use for the future.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'll always have one for the collection.
Sounds like a plan.
But, yeah, you're not going to put stuff on sale 40% off that's dope like this and me not get in there.
That's fair.
So, pretty cheap, pretty cool, pretty Kiss. And that's the criteria right there. Now I think it's just time for Kiss merch of the year, which we're getting.
I was gonna say we're almost caught up.
We're almost caught up. We will be by the end of this year / beginning of next year.
Yep.
But this being episode 121 means that I need to show something from my collection from the year 2021.
What you got?
We mentioned it earlier. It's the Destroyer box set.
Yes. Wow, that was 21.
2021. And Jeb and I did a full unboxing of this.
Yeah, I remember.
And first of all, the design is awesome.
It's gorgeous.
That front cover, the way it shines, that sheen. The back is great. I need to go back through this because I have once, but I need to go back through and dig through it. Maybe I'll look at Mark's drawings.
Yeah, you should.
For the stage. But yeah, these demos have really grown on me. Star and Love Is Alright, even though they're just basic bare bones demos, I love those basic bare bone Kiss demos like that. I don't know why, they're just so cool. Obviously hearing God of Thunder Paul Stanley style will never get old.
Right.
But this was an awesome box set, and I hope that in 2025 we see a return of box sets of this caliber.
For real, they were so cool. This one and the Creatures one, amazing,
unmatched, untouched. So yeah, but there you guys go. Episode 121, Kiss merch of the year 2021, right there. Boom, UMG. So there's that, and I think that is going to conclude our music from the Elder trilogy.
Thanks for joining us along the ride. Thanks for not getting sick of us talking about the same album.
Yeah, for real.
3 different episodes.
We've never done let alone a 2-part episode.
No, never 2.
Of an album review before. So, I mean, there's just so much to unpack for the Elder, and so we want to know, again, leave us your comments, leave us your thoughts. We've talked about trains, we've talked about all the drawings, we've talked about the comics, so if there's anything else that we missed or anything else you guys want to say, please let us know in the comments. Along with, if you want to do the same comment or a separate comment, up to you. I don't care. I will see it. Leave your entry into the 2024 KISSmas giveaway in the comments as well, and tell us what your Kiss Christmas album is. And we'll be sure to read those on the next episode, as well as announce the winner for our 4th annual KISSmas giveaway. But that's going to wrap it up here today for us, I think, on Kiss Army Things, episode 121. So, as always, guys, it's been great. I really hope you guys are doing well. Stay safe this holiday season. People are acting crazy nowadays. Don't be one of those people. Stay cool, stay calm, stay collected. Listen to Kiss records, stay inside. Be safe, be happy, and be nice to your neighbors. Yep. For the love of crap. Come on. People are psycho. Like a psycho circus. But anyway, enough Kiss puns. I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great rest of your day and have a great week. And then we'll see you back on the KISSmas episode of Kiss Army Things. So, with that being said, my name is Xander.
My name is Daphne.
Peace out. Rock on.